My name's Craig, and I am homeless. I'm 50 years old, and right now I'm leaning against a black brick wall in an alley in San Francisco. My jacket smells faintly of sweat and rain. My hands are dirty from digging through recycling bins. Next to me is a torn trash bag full of cans and bottles, my income for the day. The fog rolls in thick from the bay, wrapping the streets like a damp blanket. I hear the hiss of bus brakes and the rattle of shopping carts from other homeless folks passing by. The smell of stale beer and urine drifts from the alley to my right. This is my life now. But it wasn't always like this. At 35, I was the guy who had it all, the guy who made it. I started out as a junior software engineer for a prestigious tech firm in the Bay Area. Just another face behind a screen in a sea of tech workers. I worked late nights, came in early, solved problems no one else wanted to touch. Slowly, I climbed the ladder, step by step, title by title. Eventually, I worked my way up and was promoted to the position of software engineer manager. I was making $240,000 a year. 240 grand. That kind of paycheck makes you feel untouchable. I had a corner office with glass walls, a team that respected me, and a schedule that felt important. I bought myself a gorgeous house in an upscale neighborhood. Hardwood floors so polished they shone in the morning light. Stainless steel appliances that looked like they belonged in a showroom. Granite countertops cool under my palms. A backyard with manicured grass where I imagined my future kids playing. I drove a sleek black German sports car that purred when you started it. Heads turned when I drove down Market Street. I wasn't married yet, but I was looking. I pictured the perfect wife. Sunday mornings, making coffee together, family vacations. Everything felt within reach. And then came the night that ruined me. A coworker invited me to a party at his place. Just a small get-together, he said. Music, drinks, a few friends. I figured I deserved a night out. The place was buzzing when I got there. Low, pulsing music, the clink of ice and glasses, laughter floating through the air, the scent of expensive whiskey and cologne mixing with the faint aroma of grilled steak from the kitchen. Somewhere between my second and third drink, a guy I barely knew handed me a little glass plate. On it was a neat, white line. He said, "Just try it," grinning. I'd never done Coke before. I told myself it was just curiosity. One time, no harm. I rolled up a bill, leaned down, and snorted. The rush was instant. My skin tingled, my heart pounded. Every sound felt crisper, every thought sharper. Confidence surged through me like I'd just leveled up in life. And I wanted more. At first, I told myself I'd only do it on weekends. But weekends blurred into weekdays. Weekdays became every day. I started buying from street dealers in San Francisco, meeting them under flickering streetlights, passing cash in quick, nervous handshakes, the smell of exhaust and fried food from corner vendors hanging in the air. I began spending hundreds, then thousands on little baggies of powder. I showed up to work high, thinking no one noticed. But you can't hide the darting eyes, the jitter in your voice, the bathroom breaks that stretch too long. One afternoon, my boss called me into his office. He shut the door, sat across from me, his eyes heavy. "Craig, we know. We can't keep you here like this." Just like that, it was over. My career, gone in a single sentence. I went home in a fog. My hand shook, my pride was shredded, but instead of getting clean, I spiraled deeper. I locked the doors, pulled the blinds, and spent days alone in my house, snorting line after line. My kitchen counter became my desk, my mirror, my altar to addiction. Bills piled up. The mortgage notice came first, then utility shutoff warnings. I started selling things. At first it was easy, my expensive watch, the designer suits I wore to meetings. Then it was the big stuff, the leather couch, the flat-screen TV, even the bed frame. I slept on a mattress on the floor, surrounded by empty spaces where furniture used to be. Every sale bought me more Coke, not more time, just more highs. When I couldn't keep up with payments, the bank foreclosed on my house. I remember the echo of my footsteps on those hardwood floors the day I left. The walls were bare, the kitchen counters cold. It smelled faintly of dust and emptiness. I closed the door for the last time, and that chapter of my life slammed shut. Then came the streets. The first night I slept under an overpass. The concrete was bone-chilling. My blanket was thin. Every car that passed overhead rattled the ground. Rats scurried nearby, their nails clicking against the pavement. I told myself it was temporary. I'd get back on my feet. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Now, 15 years later, I'm still here. The streets are their own world. The smell of urine in alleyways, the sound of shopping cart wheels on uneven sidewalks, the taste of cheap, stale coffee from shelters, the sting of cold wind rolling in from the bay, cutting through layers of worn clothes. I collect cans and bottles for cash. Sometimes I find half-smoked cigarettes on the ground. Some days I make enough for food and a bag. Other days, it's just the bag. From here, San Francisco's skyline looks different. The tall glass towers I once worked in now feel like they belong to another planet. I watch tech workers hurry past me, lattes in hand, earbuds in, eyes fixed straight ahead so they don't have to see me. But I see them, and I know how quickly life can turn. Cocaine doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care how much you make, how smart you are, or how high you've climbed. It will strip you down piece by piece. Your career, your home, your dignity, your future, until you're left with nothing but the echo of who you used to be. If you think you're stronger than it, that you can just try it once and walk away, I promise you, I thought the same thing. I was wrong. If you're on that path right now, stop. Get help. Don't wait until the people you love stop answering your calls. Don't wait until strangers are walking through your foreclosed home, measuring the space for their furniture. Don't wait until you're sitting on a cold sidewalk at 50 years old, telling anyone who will listen about the life you destroyed with your own hands. Because by then, it might be too late. And trust me, you don't want to end up like me.